Let's learn the 12-bar blues in the key of E. So for that, we first of all need the 3 chords we're going to use. The first chord is E7. So it's an E chord, but you take away your ring finger and you're left with one finger on the G string first fret and the middle finger on the A string second fret. E7. The second chord we need is A7. Just 2 fingers again. So you have the middle finger on the note E, D string second fret, and then you have the ring finger on the B string second fret. The rest are open. And the third chord we need is a B7 chord. So the middle finger is on the A string second fret, index on the D string first fret. The ring finger is on the G string second fret. There's an open B, and the little finger goes all the way down the second fret of the high E string. So we have E7, A7, B7. Now let's explore the structure. So it's 12-bar blues. The first chord will be E7, then goes to A7, and then to E7. Another one, and then A7, another one, back to E7, another one, and now B7, to A7, E7, and last one is B7. What we want to do now is add some rhythms. So we can start with just 4 downstrokes per chord. You can use your fingers, your pick, doesn't matter. So let's begin. Do it with me. E7, A7, back to E7, another one, A7, another one, back to E7, another one, B7, A7, E7, last one is B7. Next step is to add some swing rhythm into it by playing down up and delaying the upstroke a little bit. So for example, E7 will be like, so it's 8 movements, and the upstrokes are delayed. They just come before the next strum. So let's do the whole 12 blues using this rhythm. Next step, what we're going to do is add some melodies, and for that we just need to use the simple E minor pentatonic scale, which is from the low E open, third, open, second, open, second, open, second, open, third, open, third. So make sure you know that scale. And then what we need to do now is combine the chords and the scale, or two notes from the scale. So I'm going to play E7, and instead of playing the last two as chords, I'm going to play two notes from the scale. For example, I'm playing G, 3rd fret of the high E, and then open high E string. If you find it tricky to move from the strumming to the playing of the single notes, you can take some strums away. Okay, so you can omit, for example, the upstroke that just comes before them. Let's play the whole 12-bar blues using the same swing rhythm of the chords and the last strums. Instead, we're going to play the notes G, E. You can bend it a little bit, it sounds cool. Now this might be a bit boring, so instead of just repeating the same two notes, you can find different variations. For example, the other way around. Or for example, from D, 2nd string, B string, 3rd fret, to an high E open. Or yeah, I was playing A, B, G string, 2nd fret, open B. Whatever you want, two notes that will sound good to you. And you can mix them up by playing a chord A7 and then play this lick, and then for E7, something else, whatever comes. In the next step, we want to make more space for the melody, so we can dedicate 2 beats for the chords and 2 beats for the melody, which gives us about 4 notes. So for example, E adds 2 beats and then 4 notes. You can come up with other variations just using 4 notes. Right, so you can even repeat the same note more than once. So you have lots of ideas. Try to combine them in any way you can. Moving on to clear even more space for the melody, we have one beat for the chord. You can even just strum down, that could be enough. And then you have about 6 or 7 notes for the melody. For example, I was just playing the scale. 3 open on the high, 3 open on the B, 2 open on the G. Now that could be a little bit boring because there are a lot of melodies, so this is where you can be more creative and just come up with combinations of, again, 6, 7 notes in any way you want. And the final stage is where you don't play chords, you just play melodies, and you center your melodies around the chord tone, or mainly the root note of the chord. For example, E, and then A, and then when you get to B. So I'm moving forward in terms of the scale, so you can play the B as open, but you can also play the B as the G string 4th fret, which gives you kind of more ideas you can play with. So this is how it's gonna sound. I made it very minimalistic, but once you know your way around the fretboard, you can be very, very experimental and allow yourself to have lots of fun. And the final step is to bring back the chords, but whenever you want them.